Yo, what up, you guys? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 227. Just real quick, man. I probably should just put this up on the screen, but I'm gonna show it. I like the physical volume of this, man. Like, I'm really excited. I want to see more of this guy. I want to see more Shanks. I want to see more Buggy. That's interesting to me that these two are on here. I'm wondering if there's going to be some type of flashback in this volume. That would be kind of interesting. Now, with that being said and out of the way, this chapter, really loving this chapter, man. After the last few chapters of, having Luffy and the others kind of just, take the higher road, to have the cricket dude come out and go blow for blow with different members of the Straw Hats, really, really interesting. In fact, I like how this dude handled himself, man. And knowing that the fact that this dude was already kind of losing himself because he's been diving in and out the water so much that he was disoriented, and yet he's taking it to Sanji. This is good, man. I'm really loving this right here because you get this really cool sequence of events where Sanji's dodging the blows, and then Cricket gets on some straight G stuff, man. He gets the gun, bam, just lays one in on him, man. That was absolutely cool, man. And Sanji, it says a lot about Sanji and the fact that his reflexes were quick enough that Sanji was able to dodge that shit at point blank range. This was beautiful, man. I guess the best way to kind of describe it is, if some of you guys have seen the Marvel Civil War Captain America trailer, one of the scenes in that is you have Iron Man and Bucky. They're kind of just going at it, and Bucky shoots from point blank range, and Tony Stark is able to move just quick enough to get the bulletproof glasses on, because he would have got shot right through the eye. So that reminded me of that. That was really badass to see that. I can only imagine what that sequence is like in the anime. And in particular, I really like to see that because Sanji, like the legs, like just the footwork, like that's one of the things, like I broke my rule. I try not to watch the anime stuff without actually watching the actual anime. I don't like to look at clips, but I broke the rule because I wanted to see something with Sanji and how the anime does it. I wanted to see if they got his footwork right, because Sanji's a character, he uses his feet so much, and in this chapter you actually see it in a couple of the panels where his feet are moving in a certain coordinated way, and it looks like the anime did a good job of capturing that. That's something that I had a feeling that if the anime did it, they're going to do it right, but in some cases, if they did it, it was going to be done bad, and in this case, they definitely got it. In particular, I was looking at the Sanji and Pearl fight, so I like seeing that. So with that being said and out of the way, this chapter, another interesting thing, Sanji is from the North Blue. I didn't know that, and he said, I thought that I mentioned that, and I have a problem with this, because he said that he's from the North Blue, but he was raised in the East Blue. Fine with that. However, the way that he changes subject really quick, it's blowing my mind on that, because he moves too quickly, he moves way too quickly into trying to get into the story of Noland the liar. And it just really makes me wonder, does Sanji have a connection to these guys who are from the North Sea? Not the North Sea, the North Blue? Because I'm looking at it and it just seems very interesting that, Sanji announces that, and then we find out a few pages later that Bellamy and the other guys, they're from the North Blue as well. And it's really cool to see that. And I can't help but feel that there's a little bit of foreshadowing going on, because you have a liar with Nolan, and Usopp is a liar. Usopp's just like, yeah, really think this is going to be a good-ass story right here. Like, it's like, dudes, you would think that. And just a little side note, I did think that this was pretty damn interesting. And what I'm referring to is, in the last volume, you have the the favorite characters list. And on here, Usopp is actually number 6. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to zoom in. But, you got Luffy at 1, Zoro at 2, Sanji at 3. No surprises there. But you got Chopper ahead of Nami. I was very surprised at that. But Usopp at number 6. That's wow. Wow. If you guys have You know, if you guys have been around this channel long enough, you know that I enjoy Usopp's tall tales, and it's just really funny to see how it kind of plays off of him and the other characters in the Straw Hats. And so to see Usopp slide down to 6, that's interesting. Like, that's wow. But with that being said, the fact about Noland the liar, the reason why that works is after Nami reads the story, okay? And knowing that this takes place on Jaya, which is what we find out later on, Nami says, yeah, and this guy died without anyone knowing that he was a brave sea warrior. And she's looking right at Usopp, and Usopp himself even says, hey, you didn't have to look at me when you said that. I really like this. This is something that I'm more accustomed to seeing in a Kishimoto type of thing, where Kishi would always draw parallels to prior events or prior generations and kind of show how history repeats itself, and yet the next generation can always make changes to alter the path that they're on. And with Usopp, I wonder if this is Oda doing the same thing, because Usopp did tell a bunch of lies, and then when he started to tell the truth, nobody actually believed him. That was the Kuro thing. So I'm really interested to see where he takes this going forward. Now, another thing in this chapter that was very, very cool to read is as soon as they pull up and they get to Cricket's place, right? Nami's just like, whoa, this dude's got to be rich or it's Nami or Luffy. I can't tell who. I'm leaning more towards Luffy because that panel did not actually show who was speaking. And I'm between the two of them because Nami, you would think that Nami would notice about somebody maybe being rich, and yet Luffy's the one who's likely to just speak out and say, yeah, this guy is loaded. They got to edit that out. The big thing on that is right after we see that, that's when Nami's just like, yo, Chopper, there's supposed to be gold buried on this island. You get to digging. And the reason why I like that, and once again, it's Nico Robin who divulges the information, because she says, I didn't get all the information, and that's the beautiful thing. She says it, and it's just like it sets this up. And now this is really cool, because if they are going to look for treasure, if that's what's going to happen, this is cool, because this is a pirate story, and yet we've not seen the Straw Hats search for treasure. So this would be absolutely amazing to see this, man. Like, that's a big part of the reason, I didn't say it, but that's a big part of the reason why I enjoyed the first parts when we saw Masira, because when they're trying to salvage the ship and they're looking for treasure and just clues and everything, that really gave off the feel that, hey, this is a pirate story. And so I like seeing that. Even the scene where Zoro is working on the ship and, you know, he's saying, hey, we got to get rid of the merry-go, and Luffy's like, oh, this is a part of the crew as well. You know, Usopp's got an emotional attachment because that's from his home village. That's also a gift from Kaya. And that just gave off a pirate feel, man. So I like seeing that. But I want to touch on this with Zoro, man. And I'll save this for last for a reason. Zoro, his combat skills are way ahead of Sanji's. Like, I've been flipping back and forth, like, is Sanji the better fighter? Is Zoro the better fighter? When that cricket dude shoots that shot at Sanji, Sanji's like, oh, I got him. And the bullet actually ricochets, and Zoro's like, you fool, you didn't dodge the attack. And Zoro's, you know, drawing his sword, and it's just like, for him to have those observation skills, it shows that while Sanji might know a little more, and might have more common sense, definitely a better sense of direction, Zoro's the better fighter. So I like seeing that. That definitely put it where Sanji's definitely third in command. You got Luffy, you got Zoro, and then you got Sanji. So I like seeing that. But the beautiful thing with all of this is after Luffy gets knocked into the sea and everyone starts freaking out, and you got this cricket dude kind of just going balls deep on them, what we end up seeing is that Chopper is tending to his wounds, and even Luffy's just like, whatever, that's done and over with. So I like seeing that because it just shows more growth in Luffy. So this was a really good chapter. There was a lot of stuff kind of going on all over. But, you know, my chapter question for you guys, I'm going to focus on that fight with Cricket. And I'm going to ask a second question after that. But the first question is how impressed were you with Zoro being able to catch that, and Sanji's ability to dodge a shot at point blank range? And then my second question is, what did you think about that parallel I was drawing between Usopp and the liar in this story, Noland the liar. What did you think about that? You know, I really feel like this is Oda setting up for something else. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting for this. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. I'll greatly appreciate it. That's it. Thanks for watching Kryptonian Saying. Have an awesome day.